so much for joining us on both of those topics there. The situation continuing to evolve in the Middle East, in Iran, Israel and also in the Gaza Strip. We will be across all of those developments. But we now move on, and in Nepal, the search for two missing climbers caught in an avalanche on Mount Annapurna has been officially called off. Ngima, Tashi, Sherpa and Rima, Rinje, Sherpa, both experienced mountain guides, were transporting oxygen cylinders for an upcoming summit when they were swept away. Rescue efforts continued for 5 days, involving 2 helicopters and a team of climbers, but no trace of the men was found. Expedition organisers say it's no longer possible for anyone to survive under such deep snow and ice, and continuing the search would only endanger more lives. Meanwhile, the region has also been grappling with extreme weather. In India, at least 69 people have now died after thunderstorms and lightning struck Bihar state and surrounding areas. Scientists warn that back-to-back weather events is a growing trend. Climate change, driven by fossil fuel emissions and warmer oceans, is fueling more intense and unpredictable storms across South Asia. We now head to Europe, and a bomb has exploded outside the Athens offices of Hellenic Train, the company tied to Greece's deadliest rail disaster. Police say there were no injuries. Calls had warned of the attack. The device was hidden in a backpack placed on a license plate-free scooter. Bomb disposal teams arrived too late. Happened near hotels and evacuation as Labour mid-year. State rail group 2023 Tempe crash that killed 57 people, mostly students. Over 40 people are being prosecuted. A trial isn't expected though until later this year. Meanwhile, Parliament has referred a former junior minister to justice over his actions at the crash site, accused of destroying key evidence. He denies any wrongdoing. We move on now to South America, and Ecuadorians head to the polls this Sunday to elect their next president. It's a runoff between incumbent Daniel Noboa, a young businessman, and leftist lawyer Luisa Gonzalez. The two candidates were neck and neck in the first round, each getting over around 40% of the votes. Since no candidate secured a clear majority, the elections are heading for a second round. Crime is the biggest issue for most voters. Violence, kidnappings and extortion have surged in recent years, linked to drug trafficking from neighbouring Colombia and Peru. In turn, this to the gang members as homicide, but remain far above rules. Gonzalez promises it also supports tough anti-gang crime measures. Jobs and the economy are also another key issues through private sector. Gonzalez aims to double that through public investment. 15 million are eligible to vote. Has already begun in Ecuador to the elderly and people with disabilities. Winner a full 4-year term. Let's listen in to what the and rival Luisa Gonzalez have said.
Recordatorio de que este país, saludos a mi presidente una vez más, porque Ecuador ya tiene presidente, Ecuador ya tiene solución. Sí, presidente para el 2029.
Se acabó el odio, la confrontación. Esta para trazar ruta que lleve al Ecuador al desarrollo, a la justicia social.
Well, we stay in South America, and President Javier Milei declares that Argentina is set to grow like never before. This comes after securing $42 billion in international assistance. The funds come from three key sources: a $20 billion IMF bailout, $12 billion from the World Bank and $10 billion from the Inter-American. Let's hear what Milei has had to say.
Asentadas las bases para la estabilidad y el crecimiento mediano y largo plazo. De aquí en más, la economía real de los argentinos mejorará en el marco de dicha estabilidad y crecerá como nunca antes.
Well, in his national TV address, Milei also said that Argentina is set to see the strongest economic growth of the next 30 years. Finance Minister Luis Caputo confirmed that $19 billion will arrive in Buenos Aires within 60 days, including an immediate $12 billion disbursement from the IMF to help stabilise the peso. The World Bank has already committed $1.5 billion in short-term funding. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva praised Milei's impressive progress, describing the plan as a strong vote of confidence in his bold economic reforms. Milei, who identifies himself as an anarcho-capitalist, has implemented sweeping spending cuts and deregulation. This fresh wave of support represents a significant political victory as he works to rebuild Argentina's struggling economy.